My adoption journey is almost over, so stay tuned while I share what happened on the second and final post placement visit that I had with the social worker who handled my home study. Hi, my name is Yolanda, and I'm in the process of adopting a newborn baby who was born in a different state. In this video, I'm going to share what happened with the social worker on my last post placement visit. If you have been following my adoption journey and watching the other videos that I created, I want to let you know that it is almost over. Yes. In the state of Florida, you have to do at least two post placement visits before you can file for final adoption. And I say at least two because depending upon the type of adoption you have, your situation, you may have to do three or even more, possibly in some cases. But for me, I only had to do two, which was great because I was under the impression that I would have to do three, but so glad I did it. In this visit, it was more interactive than the first one. The first one, my baby was like brand new. Like he was still kind of in that sleepy phase where he's like, I hear things, but I can't really say anything yet still. So in this home visit, he was more alert, more aware. However, he was eating at the time of the visit, so there was really not a whole lot of interaction going on between the baby and the social worker, but she got to see how I interacted with him and how he was feeding, how he was eating, and all that good stuff. And of course, she asked me questions. She asked me questions like, is he smiling at you yet? And at the time, he had kind of like just started to smile a little bit. Now he smiles all the time. You say hey to him, he's all smiles. She asked me what he likes, like does he like music? And my baby loves music. He loves music. She asked me, does he make little noises? Which he has made noises since he was born. He's made some type of noise, and not just crying noises. He's like those cooing sounds, like coo. He makes those sounds, and he still makes them. Although now they're more like, how can I put this? They're more like you can hear actual consonants being said. Um, so he's that. She asked me if he was sleeping with me in the bed. I'm like, nope. He got his own room down the hall that he sleeps in every night, and I'm so glad that I did that. Because my baby is such a wild sleeper. Like I lay him down in one spot. When I wake up or wake him up the next morning, he's in a totally different spot. So he needs his own space. For no other reason but that. He needs his own space. He's such a wild sleeper. Even when we take naps together, his hands all over my head like this, and he's like drooling and stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, we not gonna have that. She asked me how much was he eating, how often he was eating. So those typical questions that you would have in a casual conversation talking to a friend, things like that. At the time, he was eating probably about 3 to 4 ounces of milk every 3 to 4 hours or so. So he was eating well. And again, she saw him eating because I was feeding him when she got here. So she was like, okay, he's good. The one thing I love about the visit was she asked me how was I doing? How was I feeling? Like, do I feel overwhelmed? Am I feeling like, I need more support or something? And I was fine. My baby actually sleeps through the night. So that helps me a great deal because I get to get at least 7 hours of sleep if I want, which is great. She asked me how I felt about just being a mom in general. And I tell you, it has been one amazing trip. Like, I watch my baby now, and everything he sees and does, even though he's been in the same room many times, even though he's seen the same faces many times, everything is still so new to him, and it excites him. So it excites me that he's excited. So I love being a mom. I love it. It's been really, really cool and fun to see this little baby kind of just like grow into his own. Um, she asked me if do I talk to him and stuff like that. And she talked to him for a little bit, and he just kind of looked at her like, I don't know you, lady, but whatever. Again, there was no white glove treatment. She didn't even go check out the room that he slept in. We just sat on my couch and just talked. There was no white glove treatment. It was just a conversation like you would have between a friend. So if you are considering adoption, especially outside of foster care, I wouldn't stress so much about home studies and post placement visits because they really are just conversations. They really are just conversations. I will link the videos that I did about my home study and about the first post placement visit I had with the social worker. If you want to check those out, feel free to do so. Now, since this was my last post placement video, um, and at this point, I want to tell everyone watching this video that we do have a final adoption hearing court date. It is set for October the 27th at 8:30, I believe. It is going to be a Zoom call because here in Palm Beach County, they have not fully, like some places still are not letting like everybody in. Like yeah, some businesses are open, but not fully open, and the courthouse is one of those places that they're still doing Zoom things. I'm assuming that they will eventually get back into doing things in person, but I'm fine with just the Zoom call. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if my baby's excited, but he likes being on, he likes looking at like pictures of himself, and he likes looking at pictures of other people, especially now that he's a little more alert, aware, and he's like exploring things, because literally he will be like, okay, you got your phone, where's the person at? He wants to grab and he wants to like reach for the person, and it's really really fun to watch him. Anywho, I hope this video has been helpful, and I appreciate anyone who is following or has been following my adoption journey. It's really has been an amazing, amazing trip. One thing I will say is my baby is now 6 months old. So if you are planning to adopt, know that there is a waiting period from the time that your baby is placed in your care until you can actually file for adoption. So that waiting period there can be, a bit much, but it will come. So for anybody watching, I thank you so much for tuning in. And in the next video, it will be the final video of this journey, because he's going to be adopted and we got to close this journey at some point and move on to the next journey. So I will talk to you all in the next video when, oh, well, it'll be after we have the court hearing and everything is finalized. All right. Take care. Bye.